What miracle were they looking for? They saw dangerous dimensions of God. But at the slightest opportunity, they bowed to Baal. They committed adultery with Ashtaroth. Entertainment, pleasure. Oh, I wanted to talk about the sacred and the secular, but God knew what will happen today. I am just grateful that I'm alive tonight. I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful that what Satan had in mind. In fact, Joshua was telling me that there's something about Benin City. We went to Benin to preach. There's something Satan is afraid of, but he's late. The thing on this life, I will plant Jesus' flag there. Oh, when the hillocks finally picked us, me and Joshua were laughing in the car. The flag of righteousness, I will plant it in Edo State. The devil is late. We came back from a ministration. Myself, Pastor Oraka from RCN Lagos, and Joshua were all in the car. Protocol was driving behind us with our cooler for food. The car behind us, we were looking through the window like this. They had put palm fronds on the road to block the road in the middle of the night. Who did it? That's the road we just passed to go to church. They have blocked it. So our car just saw it late and held brakes. And then we were able to maneuver. The car coming behind us saw it very late. As the brother stepped on the brake, in our presence, the car somersaulted. We're the ones that ran out to bring a sister who was just about to marry or just married. You know the funny thing? Car scatter. The cooler of rice tumbled. Everybody came out alive. Alive. You see, my duty in this generation is to tell you that it is working does not mean that it has God's approval. That congregations are growing on its basis does not mean God has approved of it. That men have made a name out of it does not mean it has God's validation. And I'm not afraid to say it. Without separation, without one committing to a life of consecration, you will not see God. You won't look upon the beauty of his holiness. You will not see the brightness of his light. You will not carry the weight of his glory. Because in the New Jerusalem, thrones have been prepared for sons. We are to sit with the Messiah and judge nations. Don't allow another man take your place. Just because you were in love with a song that Satan sang. Just because you could not control your appetite for sex. Don't let another one take your place. Go to verse 15. Let me do this in 3 minutes. Looking carefully, lest anyone fall short of the grace of God, lest any root of bitterness springing up cause trouble, and by this many become what? 16. Lest there be any what? Fornicator or profane person like Esau, who for one morsel of food did what? For us, it is argument about what is wrong with singing a love song. One morsel of food. That it is harmless does not mean it is good for your soul. Let me rephrase that. That it is seemingly harmless does not mean it is good for your soul. Paul says all things are lawful, but all things are not expedient. A translation says all things are not beneficial. Carnality made Esau sell his birthright, not for better thing. Food. One morsel. Not be storehouse. Not be food where he go chop till he die. One food that he will eat, and then the food, maybe they didn't cook it well, he will now purge. Huh? It's finished. One food. Go and ask some people. It was 3 minutes of sexual immorality. They've not been able to recover till today. Some of them came out of it with a child. Until now, they are living under a yoke. Pain in their heart. If not for the mercy and the love of God, some of them would have gone back to the world. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Let's close. 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 11. That's what I want to leave in your spirit. Before we gather next week, this is the counsel I want to give you. Beloved, I beg you, as sojourners and pilgrims, abstain from what? Fleshly laws, which do what? War against the soul. Verse 12. Having your conduct honorable where? Among the Gentiles. That when they speak against you as evildoers, they may, but your good works which they observe glorify God when? Visitation. Stand on your feet tonight.